channel. My name is Andrea, and today I thought I would talk about my most worn piece of jewelry, which would be my Cartier Love bracelet. I do have the small or thin version, and mine is in yellow gold. The other options would be white gold or rose gold, and there is also the option to have diamonds with your bracelet. For me, I just have the plain old thin small love bracelet, and I love it. I have had this bracelet for about a year now, and I have not taken it off one single time. I do love the design of this one. So instead of having two screws like the regular bracelet does, this bracelet has one screw and a hinge mechanism on the other side. So ideally it's supposed to be a little bit easier for a person to take on and off by themselves. Like I said, I haven't had to do that yet, but I can see how it would be. And something I do like about it is with it only having one screw, I always make sure the screw is facing closer to me. And every once in a while when I think about it, I look down and I just make sure that the screw is in line with the other screws. And I have never once seen it not be. So it's definitely a very secure bracelet. I'm very happy with my purchase. So with this bracelet, you do get the little gold-plated screwdriver. I know you do have to remove it, I think, when you go in to have a baby, just in case there's a need for a C-section or any type of surgery, something like that. I did go to the boutique and try on the love bracelets, I think just once. But I did try on the regular and I did try on the small, and I liked them both. I really did like the regular sized one, but I really liked the small one too. And I liked the mechanism of the small one, so that was one thing. And I knew I wanted to stack the bracelet, so I didn't want kind of a big, heavy, bulky arm of bracelets. So in the end, I ended up deciding to go clearly with the small love bracelet. The only thing that, the negative that I have with my stack really is that, I purchased the Just Clue first and I didn't want it to be tight. So I went one size up from what was recommended from my sales associate. So when I knew I wanted to get the small love bracelet, I reached out to him, and based off the size of the Just Clue that I had picked, I went one size down because that's what they recommend. And he had set one aside for me, so when I went in to try it on, it was actually very uncomfortable. So the Cartier Love bracelet is more of an oval shape versus a round. So when he put it on me, it instantly kind of spun to the middle, and the oval, the way it was sitting, was very uncomfortable. And I wanted to wear it with my Just Clue bracelet, and so I was there for quite a long time kind of trying to make myself okay with how it felt. And finally I was like, I knew that I could not wear that long term. It was very irritating even in the store. So I had him grab one size down to try it on, and it was perfect. It sits perfectly, it's never spun one time, and it's tighter than what I thought would be comfortable or what I would like, but I love it as is. So if I could go back in time, I would have just kind of taken a size down in the Just Clue, and then I think I could have worn them together. But because the Just Clue's a little big, it would constantly ride over the love, in the few minutes that I've tried, and I just don't like that sensation. So I've kind of moved the Just Clue over to my left side, and I keep my love bracelet on my right, now stacked with my Cartier pieces. I knew I wanted to stack it, and I just want it to be comfortable. Like I said, I don't want a ton of bracelets on that hand, but what I do want, I want it to be comfortable. And that would make me recommend to anybody, go in, definitely take your sales associate's perspective on sizing, I think, into account. Clearly, you know what you like and what you don't like, what your preference is, and it all depends on your wrist size and how you like to wear your jewelry. But for me, it was a mistake with the Just Clue. Like I said, I've had it for over a year now. I got it for myself for my birthday last year, and it's held up really well. Wear and tear wise, there's certainly superficial scratches, but it kind of comes along with the territory on this bracelet. And I did think maybe they would bother me, but honestly, they don't. There's not, if I look down at my bracelet, there's not like, oh, that really deep scratch on this side bothers me. It's pretty uniform. There's little hairline scratches all over the bracelet. I think they're superficial. There's nothing super deep. I don't baby this bracelet. You know, I still wash dishes and it gets banged onto the counter, you know, if I'm moving quickly, or, you know, I'm on my computer writing notes or whatever. So it is a very durable bracelet. I'm very happy with it. I do use a rouge cloth when I think about it, just to get any oils or lotions off. And every once in a while I will do the Cartier with the cleaning kit that I got. But I don't take it off to do that. I kind of just do it on my wrist. Make sure you ask for the cleaning kit because I didn't get mine without asking. So you certainly should get it, you know, just to keep your pieces looking as nice as possible. And I do know that you can have your bracelet, you know, professionally polished by Cartier. I've certainly heard mixed things. Some people who will polish it for special occasions or this or that, implying multiple times. But other people and things that I've read have said that really it's ideally once per lifetime of the piece because it is removing that top layer of gold. So just to keep, you know, your bracelet as intact as possible, it's really not recommended, I believe, to have it done multiple times. For me, I don't think I have any intention whatsoever of ever having it polished. You know, this is a piece I plan on continue wearing every single day, and I don't see the point of getting it polished if it's just going to get more scratches on it. You know, I hope this is a piece that I can pass down in the future to my kids or my grandchildren, and maybe at that time I would polish it, but I just think it's part of that kind of a bracelet, and it doesn't bother me. Not at all. So I'm leaving mine as is, but you know, the option is certainly out there for anybody who wishes to have it polished if it bothers them. The one thing I do maybe try to be a little mindful of with my bracelet is sometimes with my kids, you know, if, you know, maybe they're laying in the crook of my arm and I go to move my hand, the edges can be a little bit sharp, and sometimes I forget, and it just kind of, it doesn't feel good when you're pulling your arm, you know, out and it, you know, glides across their neck or their head or something. You know, they'll make a little comment or something. It doesn't hurt them. It's never scratched them or cut them or anything like that. But it is something I think to be a little mindful of, that the corners can be, you know, a little bit sharp. So I do try to be a little bit more mindful of that, but it's certainly happened on more than a few occasions. I know another thing that people talk about is going through airport security, because most people are probably not carrying around their screwdriver with them. That when they go through airport security, you know, it causes the machines to beep at them. But I think since I've had my bracelet, I've probably taken 2 or 3 trips, and not one time have I had an issue at the airport. So maybe I've just been lucky, or the machines aren't super sensitive, I don't know. But one like hack that some people had recommended is to, like, when you're going through, to like place your finger through the bracelet, and maybe that helps some people, I guess. I don't know, I've never had to try it. I know this is a, you know, very popular bracelet, and maybe that's a deterrent for some people, but I think if this is a bracelet that you really love and you love the design and what this bracelet stands for, then I would hands down recommend it to anyone, regardless of how popular it is, you know. And yes, I see it a lot on Instagram or, you know, online, but in person, I think I've only ever ran into maybe 2 people that have the same bracelet. Yeah, 2 people I think that have this same bracelet, or Cartier Love in general. So for me, you know, I think in real life it's not super popular. I think we definitely see more of it online. But regardless, I love the bracelet, and I would recommend it to anyone who's thinking of getting it. I will try to include some close-ups of this bracelet. Bear in mind, there'll be close-ups with really bright light, so on a day-to-day, the scratches that I'm going to show you are not something that I really notice, and even after a year of use, I still find this bracelet, you know, pretty shiny. But let me know your thoughts. Does anybody plan on getting one or has one? I'd love to know some other opinions and thoughts on this bracelet, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who watched this video. Have a great day.